About Books, Ben?
Oh, it's words about books, Nate.
You living the dream over there?
Living the dream. Found out my car needs another repair.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, no, I literally I'm actually kind of pissed because I had an amount I was not going to spend on this car before I traded it in and got a new one. And had I known when I got my inspection and did those repairs that this repair was coming, it would have put me over that number.
Uh-huh.
But I already got taken for, I already paid for the parts. So do I want to have paid for all these parts and have a car payment? No. So I have to pay more. So
awesome.
I guess what I'm saying is this is a good time to remind everybody that there is a Patreon.
Got a bonus episode coming out at the end of this month. That's 3 bonus episodes this year.
I've actually been working on some more words about books, the role-playing game. Chad Dingleton is not recording anymore. Yep, that was weird.
That was weird.
It says you're recording now, though. So,
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we got a bonus episode coming. We got another episode of Words About Books, the role-playing game coming. It's great time to sign up for the Patreon because I'll tell you what, my tax refund is spent.
I'm actually going to get a refund this year, supposedly. He thinks.
Oh, fancy man.
Because
you're not counting all that money people owe you as income?
Yeah, exactly. When you stop doing that, and I don't know why it was ever set up that way, but when you stop counting money that you don't actually have as income, it works out real well. So all that money that was counted as income like 2 years ago is going to be counted as a loss. So, guess who just lost like $50,000?
All right. Now we're talking.
Oh, yeah.
So the Words About Books Patreon. The
Words About Books Patreon.
Oh, it's all that's keeping us going. Oh, no, I kid. We're fine. We don't need money. But if you want to give money, that's cool too.
If you want to give a lot of money, we'll start chatting about chicken. So
chatting about chicken for $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that still wouldn't pay for my goddamn car. So Odysseus, I sometimes I feel unlucky, Nate, but then I think back to proud Odysseus.
I don't think he was unlucky.
Are you kidding?
I think he made a really stupid decision and had a bunch of men who made really stupid decisions, and God was mad at him.
No, he was unlucky.
I don't think it's unlucky when a god is pissed off at you. I think
that's pretty unlucky.
Pissed off at you.
I think it's unlucky if
maybe he shouldn't have bragged. Maybe he shouldn't have bragged.
It's his hubris.
Yeah, if you would just shut the fuck up, you would have been home in time for there to be no suitors ruining your property value and eating all your shit.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the pages. So a couple of people have been telling me, and I've read even more people saying that one of the things they don't like about the Fagles translation that I chose is how antiquated the language is. And I don't know if I've just spent too much time reading books from 1,000 years ago, but it doesn't seem that antiquated to me. These are all words people use. I've heard all of these words spoken by somebody.
Bidoof.
Bidoof is a word. Yeah. It's,
yeah.
I just wonder. Like, it doesn't seem like it's not like Shakespeare English, I'd notice that. I'm not elitist. Everyone else is wrong. So, Odysseus. Last time, we spent some time with Telemachus. Perhaps too much time with the old man in the sea, But you know what? That seal thing just, I wanted to say it got under my skin, but they
stood
got
out
under the
to
seal
you.
skin. Yeah. So we spent a lot of time with Telemachus and a random anecdote from Menelaus. But
But at
now,
least he survived the war, you know?
yeah.
There's more you can say for a lot of those guys.
How does
And
Menelaus get away
also,
with beating up a divinity? He gets away with beating up Poseidon's son and choking
he
him
doesn't
out.
say I was Menelaus. Menelaus has kicked your ass. Never forget Menelaus the Great. He didn't say that, so the
No.
old man presumably did not know who skinned his seals and beat his ass. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. But we're finally going to meet the chief character, Odysseus. He's finally going to do some
I
stuff.
met him in the first book or first page of my book.
Yeah. No. So when we find Odysseus in book 5 of the actual Odyssey, it starts off with the conversation actually between Zeus and Athena, and this is where they plan to get him off the island. And they're like, okay, we're going to get him off this island, and somebody's going to need to tell Calypso that she's going to have to let him go, and Calypso's not going to be happy about it. So Hermes, go do that. And so they send Hermes, who is I do know Hermes. That's the one thing about Greek mythology I know.
Hermes Conrad.
I'm thinking more of like the Hermetic orders. Let's see. This is Words of an Occult Book stuff. The Way of Hermes.
Hermes is actually a bureaucrat to the Greek gods too. So
yeah,
it all checks out.
No, the Corpus Hermeticum, the definitions of Hermes, Trismegistus to Asclepius. Yeah, no, Hermes is a big god in weird magical circles. Ritual magicians love Hermes.
Yeah, he can bend real low to get under those limbo poles.
I think Hermes actually has something to do with magic.
Magic shoes.
I know Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft, or Titan of witchcraft. But Hermes does some magic too. So who better than Hermes?
I didn't even know that was a goddess. So
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, who better than Hermes? He's your postal service. So like that's his job.
Yeah.
Hermes, you need to go tell Calypso to back off, and everyone knows that you're Zeus's boy. So they can't say no to you, because that'd be saying no to Zeus, and Zeus will come down and kick their ass.
Yeah, Calypso does say that. She's like, boy, if you guys weren't threatening to kick my ass, I would tell you no.
You know, I would love to see a translation of the Odyssey by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let's make that happen. What's he doing these days?
I have no idea.
But yeah. So she has to relent. She has to stop having tons of sex with Odysseus and feeding him and giving him a place to live.
She gives a speech about how like it's how super unfair all of this is, that like Zeus gets to bang as many mortal women as he wants, but when a goddess wants to bang a mortal dude, suddenly everybody's up in arms. And yeah, okay, it's a little bit against his will. It's a little rapey. You know what Zeus isn't rapey? Is that what you're saying? You're saying all those women wanted to have sex with a goose?
Is you got to spread it out. Okay, Zeus didn't have sex with someone for 10 years straight. He spread out his assaults. You know,
don't fall in love. That's what Zeus is telling you.
That's there you go. Yeah, Zeus has a wife that he pretends to. You know, I mean, I guess he loves her? ? And then like he's got a lot of side pieces who he doesn't care about and who often meet tragic fates because of said wife. That's what you should be doing, Calypso.
Yep. So Hermes tells her, he's like, hey, you've hit it. Now you got to quit it. So,
you had a good 10-year run.
Yep.
It was pretty solid.
It was
Time to
7
go.
years. 7 years. They didn't.
That's right. Yeah, it's not. He wasn't here for the full 10 years.
Yeah, what's that, like the silver anniversary? No, I should know.
It's like 25 years.
I
What
don't
the
know.
fuck are you talking about?
I have no fucking clue. You think Shy and I do traditional gifts?
All I know are 10, 25, and 50. And 75, I think, is like platinum or something.
No.
And then 100, you're like an elf. So you gotta give something magical.
Yeah. So she's like, fine. If he wants to go, I'll let him go. And she walks up to him and she's like, hey, it's time for you to go. You sure? Final answer here. You sure you don't want to make me immortal so we can take this thing into forever? And Odysseus is like,
wait, that was on the table?
Yeah. No, that's the offer. She's like,
shit.
I could make you immortal. You could stay here and we could just do what we're doing forever. And Odysseus is like, no, I would like to go home. And so she's like, fine. All right, this is what you gotta do. She's like digging around in the closet. She pulls out like a hammer, and some nails, and a saw. She hands them to Odysseus, and she's
get
like,
to work.
There's some trees out there. Build a boat.
Better get to it.
Yeah, because we know that Odysseus left Troy with several ships and several crews. Dozens of men under his command.
He had 12 ships when he left Troy.
And we're kind of unclear as to how he wound up with no ships and no men. With Calypso on this island for 7 years.
They probably all got home safe and sound, and Odysseus, like he was like Goku on Snake Way, he just kind of fell off the boat while sleeping. That's got to be it.
She tells him, okay, build your boat, and then I'll give you a nice strong headwind. But Poseidon, he's still pissed. And we all know he's in Ethiopia right now, but he could come back at any minute. So you're going to want to go quick. And you're going to want to, just don't give up, Odysseus. That's what I'm going to tell you. It's my one piece of advice to you. Just don't give up. And so
never give up, never surrender.
Never give up, never surrender. And so Odysseus, he's sailing home. He made himself a real nice boat, got really attached to it, gave it a name.
And he's gonna retire it as soon as he gets home, put it in a museum, and it's gonna be the talk of the town.
It's just really different when you build something with your own two hands. And so he's sailing, and Poseidon, he's on his way back from Ethiopia, and he's I don't know, flying or swimming or
yeah, what does Poseidon do? How does he get around?
He's moving rapidly through space towards Olympus, and he looks down, does sort of a double take as he notices that son of a bitch Odysseus, who got him off that island. And
what if Odysseus had like a head cover or like a hat? Would Poseidon have noticed?
Yeah, I think he would have. I think because he's on water. Poseidon, he knows anything the water touches. That's a bit of Greek mythology I just made up. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, he never told us about America. That's weird.
He was keeping that for himself.
Anyway, so yeah, Poseidon.
Yeah, so
does what Poseidon does.
Yeah, he's very mad, and he says he's almost near to the Phaeacian shores, and if he gets there, then he's fated to go all the way, which is another myth thing, I guess. If you get there, that space, you gotta stop. Poseidon will later threaten to drop a mountain on them. It's unclear if that actually happens.
In my version, it does not happen, Ben.
Well, yeah, because it's. But
they do
children.
Something else.
Oh.
They do something else to scare them.
So we'll get to that subtle difference, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay. So he throws a little bit of bad weather at old Odysseus's way.
Hits him with a wave.
Yeah,
he saw Iluvatar doing it. It was like, Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a big storm. The waves get pretty high. Odysseus' ship's getting like tossed and turned and then flipped over and then smashed and then smashed and then smashed. And Odysseus has some choices to make. He's several days swim from shore, but he's pretty buff dude.
Yeah.
He can probably do that.
Haven't you ever swam for like 2 days straight?
Obviously, I have.
How
Yeah.
hard could it be?
No, it's
Tom Green swam across the English Channel. I mean, how hard could it be, right?
When I was Odysseus's age, I was doing that. But yeah, I've gotten a little. How old is Odysseus?
It's a good question.
Telemachus has to be like at least what, 18? I don't know.
I'm guessing he was like just shy of 40.
Yeah. It's a good age, just shy of 40.
Oh shit, this says late 40s to early 50s upon returning to Ithaca.
I was that Bronze
Some
Age,
estimates suggest he could be as old as 60. I think that would be...
He was on that paleo diet.
Yeah. That Bronze Age workout. Every day was leg day.
Every day was leg day. Never skipped back, which is the legs of the torso. And
yeah, I've seen the Liver King. I saw how jacked all these guys were.
Yeah, he ate nothing but unseasoned meat. So
and drank really bitter, shitty wine that you had to mix. Yeah.
But he had a real nice bowl to do it in. So he starts swimming.
Right.
And he's debating, not for the first. Well, I guess it's the first time in the book we see
first time to us
that he debates suicide. But he's going to power through. He remembers that advice Calypso gave him. Stay here.
God, I could have been immortal.
Yeah. So he starts swimming, and he's like, oh no, but I'm swimming towards the cliffs. If I stay on my driftwood, I'll drift into the cliffs and I'll get smashed against the cliffs and I'll drown. So I've got to swim. It's like a riptide. He's got to swim parallel to the shore. And so he swims parallel to the shore and he gets around. And he sees a river that empties into the ocean. And so he swims up river like a salmon. He gets out of the river and he just straight up collapses for a good 2-3 week nap.
This is not the time where Ino gives him a veil or something. That's later, right? He gets something where he can stay afloat in the ocean. And book 5, the sea goddess Ino, also called Leucothea, saves Odysseus from drowning after Poseidon destroys his raft.
Oh, you're right.
Gives him an immortal veil or sash to wear. Yeah, see?
Yeah, you're right.
What would you do without me here to provide you with the... Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pay a lot of attention to that because the sash is never mentioned again.
Yeah, because he has to throw it back as soon as he gets on land.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
he has to back into the ocean,
and he can't look.
Yeah, that's a Greek thing.
That's not everything. I don't know what that's about, Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt. Gods don't like you looking at them.
Yeah, that one guy who charmed Hades got to take his wife out of Hades, and then as long as you don't look. And then he looks and she disappears.
I know, they made a musical about it. Yes. Called Hades Town. I'm not making it up. It's doing quite well on Broadway.
I know, I'm sure you're not.
So,
all right.
You talked to the Gravy Man about that. So,
the Phaeacians.
The Phaeacians. So the Phaeacians, they're an interesting people. I don't know what they are. They're descended from the gods, but they seem to be human, but they still they've earned at least the ability to live in a paradise of sorts where
they're sea people.
Oh,
and then when the Bronze Age collapsed, maybe they're the ones who sail forth and kill everyone.
Yeah. Well, they finally got that mountain out of their driveway. The deal with the Phaeacians is they honor guest right. They love guests. They make sure they go way out of their way for guests. If you get there, you're golden. Except for the townspeople who hate strangers, which is why
that makes sense.
Yeah, which is why Athena, she shows up again, and
she uses Machiu, the magical mist, and shields Odysseus in invisibility.
Yes, she does, but she also appears to the princess, the daughter of King
Nausicaa.
Yeah, Nausicaa, the daughter of King Alcinous.
And the Valley of the Wind.
I was wondering, is that where that's from?
I don't know, but that's what I immediately thought of.
Yeah, when I saw Nausicaa, I was like, oh shit, is that what that's from? Yeah. So Nausicaa, Athena appears to her not as Athena, but as her best friend, because Athena just has a disguise kit and loves using it. And she's like, Nausicaa, hey, what you're going to do tomorrow is you're going to go out, you're going to go down to the river, you're going to wash clothes in the river.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
That sounds like a good day to me.
I'm going to do that.
It's a really weird plan. All right, we got to get Nausicaa and Odysseus together so we can get him in front of her father. What do I do? All right, obviously she's asleep. I just go into her dreams. How about I pretend to be her friend and tell her to go wash some clothes?
Do you think Athena's eyes are bright because of the cocaine?
It would explain a lot.
Some of these plans are a little more elaborate than I feel like they need to be. But regardless, like Athena could just...
She loves a good heist movie.
She loves a heist movie. She's not quite sure. It sucks when you can just, teleport in and grab all the gold. Yeah, you're going to want to go and wash all your clothes because look at you. You're filthy. Nobody's going to want to marry that. And you got to get married soon. You're like 16. Your junk's going to go bad. So,
oh my God, 16? Man.
Yeah.
She's a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Should have been shacked up like 3 years ago.
Yeah. And with that, the bright-eyed goddess sped away. And it ends. That paragraph starts and ends with the bright-eyed goddess went away. Yeah. So
she hopped into her Lamborghini and
she hopped into Hermes' Lamborghini and she's just like, drive. You gotta go.
Yeah, he would be the driver. That's for sure.
So, Nausicaa, there's a lot of attention paid, and I do kind of like this because this is the kind of information that is interesting when you actually want to sort of study these cultures. Again, we don't have a lot of this in Old Norse, but she goes into elaborate detail about like, I'm going to load up all the clothes, I'm going to load up all these oils that we're going to use to like wash and scent the clothes. I'm going to take a few of my girls along. Father, would you hitch up the wagon for us? I want to take out, I need to take out the wagon today. I'm going to need a couple of oxen.
Yeah, my book just kind of skipped over these details.
So she went
down to the river.
Yeah, they go down to the river. They're making a whole day of it. She packs a lunch.
Yeah,
everybody in the family gives her some like washing clothes.
Look, I don't want to wash more clothes later this week. I want all the clothes to be washed, and I don't want to have to worry about it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's
weird that the princess is doing it, but
Well, I mean, she's a princess of Phaeacia, so that's not quite like being a princess of, Sparta. which is apparently awesome.
Yeah. Said no one except for the Spartans.
They go down to the river and they're washing clothes and stuff, and there's Odysseus. Had totally nude now. He had the ocean beat the clothing off of him.
Yeah. Poseidon did that one on purpose.
So he also recently swam, upriver for 3 days. So he's looking pretty haggard and starved. And then he crawled through the mud, landed on the bank, and just sort of fell asleep. At some point, he does make like a bed out of leaves and stuff, but he's not looking great, So he's covering his swimsuit area with some leaves and stuff that he found on the ground, and he runs.
Nah, he had to use a whole portion of a tree trunk.
He runs up
to properly hide that boy.
He runs up on these girls washing clothes, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm Odysseus. I'm a stranger from a strange land." And the handmaids all freak the fuck out and run away.
And then they go and post about it on social media. Saw this weird homeless guy down by the river. God, this whole entire island is going to shit. It's because we're voting for fucking liberals.
It's so weird that your town is so obsessed with homeless people.
We have so many of them.
Oh, it's not like we're lacking. It's just there's other stuff going on. Like, I wish that were our biggest problem.
Many of them.
Homeless people are fine. They can barely even afford guns.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes. I mean, there's a guy who got out because there supposedly wasn't enough evidence for a murder charge, and then like 2 days later he was arrested for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. So
that does indicate a troubling trend towards murder. What you want to do is you want to get yourself a nice untraceable lock in a sock. You can swing that and brain somebody, no problem.
Lock in a sock.
Lock in a sock. That's what you do in prison. You get a lock for your locker. You get socks for your feet. Put that lock in that sock. You swing it around. You can really hurt somebody with that. Keep that in mind.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
I will. I'm going to need that. Prison rules.
Prison rules. So.
Anyway. Nausicaa does not run away.
Nausicaa does not run away. She is a lady of some refinement. And she knows what to do with a handsome, though obviously crazy looking stranger. And that is...
Pulls out her mace.
That is...
Just goes to town on his eyes.
No, she pulls out her mascara and goes to town on his eyes. So she is like, girls. No. Look at this dude. He
looks like he's been having sex with a goddess for the last 7 years.
We should clean him up. So they bathe him and they rub oil on him. And they give him clothes from those that they were washing, which has got to be telling when Odysseus shows up at their house wearing like one of the sons has got to be like, "Hey, that's my tunic, jackass." So she gives him clothes and he's like, "Okay, I forget which one of them Athena tells to do this, but you're not supposed to go directly there."
Yeah. Again, we need to have a little bit of complexity in this plan.
Yeah, Athena shows up like jumping from foot to foot and like scratching the back of her neck very feverishly, and she's like, "Okay, guys, you gotta listen up. Okay, guys. All right. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna go. You can't go straight there. They'll be expecting that. You're gonna have to go into town. The girl's gonna go back home, and she's gonna be like, "I had a great time washing clothes. Thanks for the ox." And then she's gonna go do her own thing. And then you're gonna go into town, and you're gonna ask random people, "Where does the king live?" And they're going to tell you it's going to be the biggest house on the island. And you're going to go there, and that's how you're going to go there. They're not going to say that you met her. You're not going to say that you met his daughter in nude in the woods. That's not going to look good, Odysseus. You will later admit that that's exactly what happened, but then he'll know you and he'll know you're not that kind of guy. Though, Odysseus, I'm not entirely sure if you are that kind of guy or not. I remember you so far, you're trying to get home to your wife, and on the way, you've slept with 2 goddesses for years. And then on the way to those goddesses, we'll find out that you were just pillaging random Trojan towns after the war was over.
They were Trojan. Fair game.
And taking their women and their treasure.
Fair game. They were Trojan.
Yeah, but
shouldn't have been Trojan.
Okay.
You may say that that's just propagating the circle of violence, and I say free women and treasure. Am I right, fellas? Burn it to the ground. So,
I know. I'm just saying, like, that's not what I look for in a babysitter, you know?
Well, if it helps, the only baby I was around, I abandoned 10 years ago to go fight a war.
That helps a little. I mean, at least you didn't need him. Okay.
Yeah, that is a big checkmate, you know. I didn't need him.
Yeah, Kronos.
Technically better than Zeus's dad.
You fucking
idiot.
Get out of here, time itself. And so
he did.
So anyway, he does that. He goes into town. He asks for directions, and then he goes there. And this is totally not the oral poet not quite knowing where this is going to go yet. Odysseus goes there, and he's like, "King, I got to look up how to pronounce his name, because I'm going to accent the wrong syllable again, and you're going to yell at me." Alcinous. So Alcinous, Odysseus shows up. And he's got Athena cloaks him because, like, the townspeople don't like strangers, but also maybe Athena's just, like, freaking out a little. And because people tell him, like, right how to get there. I don't think the cloak was needed, but she's also like, you're gonna want to go straight to the mom. Don't talk to the dad first. Go straight to the mom. Getting good with her, you getting good with the mom, you're golden. That's how it always works. I know things. I know moms. I know dads. Yeah, get in with the mom. And she's like, okay, good luck. And then she runs off to Olympus again. And
how does she get around?
She runs.
You're raising some good points. They don't have Hermes flying shoes.
No, she does.
We know how he gets around.
She does. She puts on sandals that allow her to speed across the oceans.
How does Poseidon get around?
I don't know. I like to imagine a speedboat.
Powered by, like, whales or something.
I just powered by the sheer force of his own will.
I can live with that.
Yeah, like, he's just yachting around. He had a good time in Ethiopia. He's coming back.
He's wearing sunglasses. He has a trident for whatever
reason. He's wearing sunglasses because he has to take them off when he sees Odysseus sailing.
Yeah. It's like, wait.
Huh?
What the hell?
And then he does some water bending and,
pulls out a telescope. That looks like Odysseus.
He starts talking to Alcinous, and Alcinous is like, "Oh my God, you're a stranger? Wow, I love strangers. We're going to get you where you..."
No one else does, but we do.
No, they do. Everybody's going to come over. You throw a feast. We're going to have a feast for this stranger. And we're going to get you home where you need to go, my friend. And we are going to have songs and food and all this stuff. And it's going to be amazing. Bard, sing the song of Odysseus's triumph over the Trojans. And the bard starts singing the song, and he's really good. Really,
is this guy also blind?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, this guy is another blind poet.
Yeah. So he starts singing the song, and Odysseus, he's really good at it. He's really conveying what it was like to be there back when Odysseus's friends were alive. And
all right, now play the part where Achilles cries in his tent for a while. That's the best part.
Odysseus starts openly weeping, But Alcinous is the only one who notices, and he's like, oh shit, this guy's having a really hard time. I wonder if it has something to do with the song. Bard, shut up. It's time for us to do another thing. And
change places.
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna have we got to go to bed early because tomorrow we're gonna have some songs and some games because the Greeks can't go 5 minutes without holding the Olympics. So we're gonna do discus, we're gonna do wrestling, we're gonna do bare knuckle boxing. I didn't know that was a thing they did, but it does happen.
Hell yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And
it's like men. You can't punch too hard or you'll fuck your own hands up.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's a good point. So they're doing all the classics. The boxing, the wrestling, the discus, the javelin, what's that one where you push the disc and you squeegee in front of it?
Curling.
Yeah, they do some of that. And
they got ice specifically to curl.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they maintain.
They got out their broomsticks and they started playing Quidditch.
And then, of course, the only real sport, American football. They do the games. Some of the guys, like Odysseus has his place of honor there, and some of the guys they start razzing him a little. They're like, "Oh, come on, Odysseus, what's your game? Like, you gonna play or you too chicken to play? You too chicken to play sports with us, Odysseus?" And Odysseus is like,
"I'm a 60-year-old man. You goddamn right I'm gonna play." Or 40. I think 40 is probably more reasonable.
I think 40 is more reasonable.
I don't know how 60 was even in the conversation.
So Odysseus is like, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. After they taunt him a little bit, he stands up, and everybody was joking with him. You know, it was all kind of in good fun. They're like, oh, maybe he's too old. Maybe he's a coward. Maybe he's blah, blah, blah.
And he storms out, and later they find there's just a wooden horse just sitting there. Going, well,
sorry, I stormed out. I guess
we'll bring it inside.
Here's a wooden horse. No, Odysseus stands up, gets like uncomfortably close. Like that, like kind of crazy dude thing where like maybe they're gonna kiss like forehead to forehead, but they're not kissing. They're that angry. They're so angry that it's circling. It's circling around love and hate as fast as possible. And Odysseus is like, I pick your game, and I'll kick your goddamn ass at it. You want to do discus? Here, he grabs a discus and he hurls it across the island. Blows every other discus out of the water, and Athena's there. Athena takes the shape of the discus boy, and she runs, and she's like, he threw that discus real far. And they're all like, wow, okay, dude, calm down. He's like, no, I will not calm down. What, you want to wrestle? How about I rip your goddamn arms off? Or maybe you want to box, huh? How about I shove my fist down your throat? You know what? I will take any of you, all at once. Except,
I think they wrestled nude.
Yeah, of course they wrestle nude. They discus nude. They box nude. If it's not flopping around, then it's not sport.
I don't know why that keeps happening, but I think it's because we were talking about flopping dongs, as the Lord intended.
Flopping dongs. That's what makes it sport. That's what Zeus wants to see. That's what bright-eyed Pallas Athena was there to watch. And now they're like, whoa, Odysseus. They don't know he's Odysseus yet. I'm like, chill, dude. Chill. Okay? It's all going to be okay. He's like, yeah, you're fucking right. It's going to be okay. You're fucking right. It's going to be fine. I'm going to make it home. I'm definitely going to make it home. And he just kind of sobs softly to himself. And King Alcinous is the only one who notices it. And he's like, okay, guys, that's enough of the games now. We're going to go back and we're going to feast. And then we're going to give this guy gifts. We're going to give him so many gifts and to send him on his way. Because not only are we going to give him a ride home, not only am I going to commission one of my own ships with my own sailors to take him home, and as an added bonus, in what is maybe the most modern part of the story, I'm going to give him a couple of tranquilizers for the trip so he doesn't have to experience it, which is exactly how you should fly. Now you're recording.
Okay. Well, it still says I'm not, but I do see on my screen that it is. So
I see that you're recorded.
Okay.
Well, let's hope this isn't just my monologue. If it is, it's going to be weird.
No take backsies.
So they go back, and the bard, thankfully this time, does not sing about Odysseus's dead friends. So he does manage to get through at least the appetizers without bursting into tears. Instead, he sings that classic tale. This is one of those, like, let's take a break from the Odyssey to talk about another story that I remembered I wanted to talk about while I still am trying to figure out what the next part of this story is. So,
yeah, Adam and Eve.
Kind of. It's Apollo and Aphrodite. Apollo and Aphrodite. So, what could those two have to do with each other? You might be thinking, like, Aphrodite, in this, she's married to Hephaestus. And Hephaestus...
she is.
Hephaestus is famously...
hot. He's got that dad bod. Hairy. He has his crafts. He delves deep within the earth, and he forges things. He is a dwarf, Ben. He is a Tolkien dwarf before Tolkien made dwarf. That's what he did. Although he's gigantic. He's like a gigantic Tolkien dwarf.
He's definitely the inspiration for Ale. But he's also famously lame in the sense that one of his legs doesn't work. And he's kind of insecure about that. And so he's married to Aphrodite, who, as we all know, is the goddess of love. And by love, we do mean sex. And she is naturally hot, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, your goddess of love can be ugly. Come on.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What would be the point?
Yeah, right?
No.
What, the goddess of love, you're going to have to put a bag on her head? Come on. Come on.
You know who else is famously hot? I mean, all the Greek gods, but Apollo, especially. Apollo's like the jock god, I gather. Like sort of the Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Complete with an ascot made out of the sun.
Yeah. Like he's got like sun stuff going on, but he's also got like music stuff going on. But he's also like super strong, and he shoots people with arrows all the time.
Fuck yeah.
And, there's just nothing the guy can't do.
He sounds awesome. Why are you hanging out with Hephaestus?
Yeah, I was going to say there's nothing he can't do, including Aphrodite.
Yeah.
So, it turns out that whenever Hephaestus leaves to go on his his conventions or whatever, I forget where he's going, but he likes to go on these trips sometimes. And whenever he goes on the trips, Apollo sneaks in and starts worshiping Aphrodite. Hephaestus finds out about that, and he's not happy about that. Now, Hephaestus, he's not going to beat Apollo in like a boxing competition.
Yeah, nothing. It's not happening.
Hephaestus turns to his crafts.
Yeah, see?
And
he's not just a loser he's not just a total loser, okay? He may sit in his basement painting his little army men, collecting his little cards, but when push comes to shove, he can build stuff.
He's like a nerd in a movie, not a nerd in real life. And so...
Does it show me recording? Oh, I do see the little
no.
thing up there. All right. You want me to just restart my computer?
I guess. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on either. If it helps, I did run... I'm running a backup on fucking Audacity.
I don't know if you just want to send me that.
All right. It's been recording since we restarted that. So the last like 6 minutes have been recorded.
Okay. I mean, do you want to edit this mess?
I mean, not really, but if you want me to.
All right, we'll find out. I'm gonna finish this cookie now. Um, okay, so Hephaestus, he goes to his forge and he crafts himself a little trap, and it is a net that, when deployed, will not be able to be removed by any force except his own.
Damn.
And
He should probably just use that on his wife then, instead of on Apollo.
hey, good news, she's there too. So what Hephaestus does is he leaves, and then when Apollo sneaks in to begin the act of physical love, Hephaestus then pushes a button and deploys the net, thus pinning Apollo on top of Aphrodite to the bed.
Yeah, just I assume still the implication.
I'm not.
Here.
I'm gonna edit that out. In a state of compromise.
Okay.
Let's say.
All right.
This is not how they would like to be found. And Hephaestus is like, aha, I've caught you. And they're like, let us go, Hephaestus. And he's like, no, that's not what's going to happen here. And he runs off to the rest of the gods. And he's like, hey, you guys want to see something funny? And
it's not going to make me look bad either.
It's not going to make me laugh, I can tell you that. He gathers up all the gods. Apparently the goddesses stay home in an act of modesty.
Okay.
That's in the book. I don't know.
Yeah, none of this was in my version, Ben.
You don't say.
I know. It's shocking, but they cut this for time.
And that's the only reason. Not because the audience of children who yours was intended for would find this inappropriate. The gods all show up and they all point and laugh at Apollo and Aphrodite in their state of compromise. And Hephaestus is like, yeah, laugh it up. It's not funny, guys. It's not funny, okay? That's supposed to be my wife. What am I supposed to do? I paid for this. In another one of those confusing marriage rituals that I don't know how they work all the time. Hephaestus, of course, paid a bride price.
So what do we do to a unfaithful bride? Do we stone her to death? Is that
the gods are like, you gotta let him go, man. I mean, yeah, this sucks. And like, look, it's Apollo, he's gonna have to pay you back.
Yeah,
he'll just have to.
If it goes longer than 4 hours, it'll fall off.
He's just gonna have to pay you the money you paid for Aphrodite. He's just gonna have to pay you back.
Who did he pay?
And Zeus, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know.
Is Aphrodite one of the original 6 siblings?
I have no clue. I assume they're related. So I decided not to interrogate that point because I assume they're related. Moving boldly forward.
Oh yeah, she is either the daughter of Poseidon or the daughter of Zeus. Okay, so she's not one of the original 6. Okay, that makes sense.
Is Hephaestus one of the original 6?
No. I think it was Zeus, Poseidon, okay. Hades, Hera, Demeter. I don't remember the last one.
Now, does that mean that they're cousins or siblings?
Yes.
Okay. So, regardless, it's weird. Poseidon's like, look, dude, he'll pay you back. And he's like, yeah, like I'm going to believe that from the guy who sneaks in and boinks my wife. I let him go. I'm never going to see that money. So, you know what? It better be up his butt because he's going to find it.
As it turns out, I've got my prison wallet loaded at all times.
Poseidon's like, no, okay, tell you what, man. If he doesn't pay you, I'll pay you. I'll guarantee it. Solemn oath.
Ooh.
I'm going to pay you if he doesn't. And Hephaestus is like, okay, deal.
So maybe in this version, Poseidon is the father. Oh yeah, because she was made out of like sea foam or something. That's right, because Athena was the one that was born out of like Zeus's head. That's what happened. Okay. All right. It's all coming back to me. Anyway, go on.
Oh, no. I think she's Zeus because he says, "Till our father pays me my bride gifts back in full." So they're siblings.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to interrogate it too much.
Yeah, they're gods. They can't get any of that incest gene slop, Ben. I assume.
So, and everybody keeps laughing. That's not really making things better. And at one point, I guess Apollo's like, "Hey, come on, man, let us out." And they all laugh at him. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, Hermes, come on. Like, even with these unwieldy shackles wrapped around you, how would you like to bed to the golden Aphrodite?" To which Hermes replies, "Oh, Apollo, if only. Archer, bind me down with triple those endless chains. Let all you gods look on and all you goddesses too. How I'd love to bed that golden Aphrodite."
Bro, I'm standing right here. That's my wife.
Sorry, Hephaestus. I mean, sorry, but like, come on. She's literally like the goddess of sex. Like, I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want from me.
Go find a C-nymph or something. That's what I want from you.
Like, fine, I'll leave. I got stuff to do. I got Hermes stuff to do. Anyway, Poseidon agrees to pay him back, and Hephaestus lets them go. Apollo leaves and goes somewhere to hang out, and Aphrodite also leaves, and she goes to like have a spa day. That's the end of the story. That's the end of the story.
Get paid
back to Odysseus. We are left to assume there's going to be a lot of stories that just kind of trail off, and you're going to be left to wonder how that ended. Namely, the Phaeacians is the big one for me. So we're back, and they tell another story about Odysseus, and Odysseus weeps openly again, and finally, like, Alcinous is like, "Okay, guy, did you love Odysseus or something? Like, what's going on here? Why you cry every time we talk about Odysseus?" And he's like, I'll tell you the whole story. I am Odysseus." And they're like, "Where the hell have you been for 10 years? And he's like, "For 7 of those 10 years, banging Calypso. A lot happened in the other 3 years, though. And I'm going to tell you all of it right now. First, we're going to talk about where the bad luck started. We were raiding Trojan villages, taking their treasure and their women. I am the hero of the story.
Yes,
it's okay because they weren't
Trojans. Yeah,
they weren't Achaeans, so they weren't people.
Look, you kidnapped, or she willingly left. I don't know for sure.
A guy who's quasi-related to you kidnapped or maybe seduced a woman who's quasi-related to me, and now
he swore an oath to help out.
You shouldn't do that.
To help out if the Greeks were ever attacked or something like that. And so they came.
I don't know if this constitutes an attack. I don't know if we can activate NATO for this.
But attack against one is an attack against all, and stealing my wife, that's right there in the charter that you swore an oath on.
I happen to have it on good religious authority that actually they just need to pay you for her.
And maybe you will. Maybe you won't.
Odysseus is like, so that was going well. Got a little overzealous with the raiding. We wound up raiding a village, and I told them, like, hey, guys, we got to go. And they just kept on raiding.
Or Sicones? Cojones?
The cojones.
Yeah.
And they kept on raiding too much. Like, they raided too hard. And I wanted to go, but they didn't want to go. And then eventually they got the people we were murdering, in the dead of night. A couple of them got away and got to the next town, and they got some other guys who came. And now it's looking like a fair fight, which we're not so good at. And I was like, we got to get back to the ships.
Build a horse. Quick.
They chase us all the way into the surf. And a lot of good men had to die. so that I could get away. And away I did get. And we were sailing for a while.
In the river of ocean. It's an interesting way of talking about it.
We wound up on these islands where there's just
tons of heroin that you eat. tons of opium, I guess, that you eat.
Oh yeah, the lotus eaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I forgot about the lotus eaters.
I also forgot about them because I think when I was reading in high school, I just kind of like skipped over that part. And I don't remember, like, I read it in both 9th and 10th grade for some reason. And in 9th grade, I think we didn't even go over the Lotus Eaters. But we did watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Which apparently is somewhat based off of it. And we always had to write in cursive, and it sucked, and I misspelled Furies, and he called me out because it was furries. Yeah.
That is funny.
Yeah. I'm glad that guy got divorced. Anyway, talk about the Lotus Eaters, and not my shitty 9th grade English teacher.
They go to this island, and he sends out some scouts. He's like, see if there's any people here, see what they're up to. We're going to fill the barrels with water. Yeah, and see if we can get some food, too.
Fuck yeah.
And those guys don't come back. And it turns out there's these dudes on this island, and what they do is they eat lotus flowers. I don't know which part of the lotus you eat.
Yeah, just pop it all in there.
So there's a lot of lotus that grows in this island, and they eat it. And when you eat the lotus, everything just sort of falls into place.
Yeah. I don't want to go home.
You achieve... Well, you just kind of like, you know what the best thing in the world is? It's sitting here eating lotus.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back out on the ocean. I don't want to fight for another dude's wife. I don't want to.
I didn't even need lotus to figure out how much I hate this situation that I'm in.
Yeah, I don't want to sit there and row a ship for some asshole who just keeps stuffing dudes and horses. I don't want to. I don't want to like face a bunch of sea monsters. I don't want to get ripped out by a bunch of sirens and a giant like clam sea monster that can suck the ocean down. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to do any of that. I just think like these lotus guys, they got to figure it out. Like you sit here, you eat
grab
the lotus.
These other men, tie them up, drag them back to the ship. They're coming. I want
down. The lotus, dude. No, dude,
they are coming down, and there's.
If you try the lotus, you'll understand.
Just coming right off cold turkey. Fuck you. Get back on the ship. I need people to row for me.
I wish I hadn't eaten the lotus and then realized I didn't need my sword anymore. I'd have fucking killed you.
Can you imagine one of your final moments being, I could have just been eating lotus as you get eaten by a cyclops or a monster or God smites you or any other...
Oh, I bet that's all he heard about. That's all he heard about in the cave.
Eating lotus right now. Instead, we're getting fucking killed one by one.
Remember that time we were on the island of the Lotus Eaters? Remember how good they had it? They just ate lotus and got high? We could have been doing that, Odysseus. But no. You wanted to check out the island with all the free-range sheep. Nothing suspicious about that. Just a bunch of delicious giant sheep. No predators. No nothing. Wow, these sheep look well taken care of. Sheared regularly. Go look around, you know? That's Odysseus' strategy. So, funnily enough, that's what happens. That's exactly what happened. They wind up on some islands. There's a bunch of free-range sheep. It looks cool. Odysseus decides to pull up the boats, see if they can get some supplies, see what kind of people
his men
live
are
here.
like, why don't we just take them? And he's like, we are not here as looters. It's like, but we're
not here. We're not specifically here as looters.
Yeah, these guys aren't Trojans that we know of yet. So
we got to confirm if they're Trojans before we.
So we have to bring them gifts, and if they are Trojans, then we stab them. But not before.
Then we stab them. But not before. So they look around. Odysseus brings some of his best fortified wine with him in case he needs to barter with a local landlord. And
For these giant fucking sheep. These suspiciously huge sheep, yeah.
yeah, they find this cave where everything. There's a bunch of sheep pens. There's some like crude tools. There's a lot of cheese, lots of cheese. He's got sheep, and he milks the sheep, and he makes cheese out of the milk. But he also drinks the milk, and he also eats the sheep. No one eats a vegetable
It's perfect.
except the lotus
It's
eaters.
a perfect setup. No, the sheep eat vegetables, Ben. They convert the vegetables into food by making more sheep.
I have not seen
Anyone
this
poop?
is an agrarian society. Yeah, I was gonna say this is an agrarian society, and I have not heard one person. No, they talk about growing wheat and barley.
Probably so that we can make bread and also wine.
They do talk about grapes. It's that paleo diet, man.
Yeah. Bring out your inner. What do you fucking call them? It wasn't alpha.
What were you
The
talking
Liver
about?
King.
Oh God, I don't know.
I don't remember. All right, so I'm sure this guy, this giant man with only one eye, I'm sure he'll be cool. He's cool, right?
So they sit down, they eat a bunch of his cheese, they make a fire, and then the dude comes home, and he's huge. He's a giant, and he has one eye. He seems a little intimidating. They're not really sure what to do, and eventually he comes home, and he seals the cave by just moving a giant boulder in front of it. It's a boulder that is basically a mountain to these guys. There's no way they're ever going to move it on their own. And he starts, working on his sheep. He eventually notices them when he lights a fire. I guess he was just sitting there in the dark milking sheep. That's fucking horrifying.
That is, isn't it?
Just sitting in the dark, wordlessly milking sheep. and then he lights a fire, and
he sees what are the equivalent of like insects looking at him.
He sees these dudes, and he says, and I found this kind of funny. He says, "Strangers, now who are you? Where did you sail from over the running sea lanes? Out on a trading spree, or roving the waves like pirates, sea wolves raiding at will, who risk their lives to plunder other men?" And it's like, you are totally sea wolves raiding at will, who risk their lives to, like, that's exactly what you were doing before you came here.
That's not how we choose to remember it.
And they're like, "Not this time, bucko. We are guests with the guest right.
You can't violate that, can you, idiot?"
No, because if you violate the guest right, then you got to deal with Zeus. And the Cyclops, he has a response they weren't really expecting, which was, "Fuck Zeus."
He then proceeds to pop two people in his mouth.
Yeah, Zeus ain't got shit on Cyclopses, and he eats two of them right then and there.
It's pretty brash.
And he's like, by the way, like, as he's chewing them, he's like, "Where's your ship?"
It ran aground. It sank. Just us.
Yep, it's just us. And the guy's like, "Okay." And he grabs two more dudes, and he smashes their heads on the ground. And he then daintily eats them one piece at a time by ripping their limbs off like little chicken tenders. He just tears them in half and eats a little piece. And
I feel like
when
Zeus
he had
these guys a long time ago.
Bring it, Zeus. You think you got what it takes? Come fight the Cyclopses, but he can't because they're Poseidon's kid. This is his nephew. He probably bought this guy Christmas gifts.
And that's why he's so pissed off. Didn't get me what I wanted. Keeps giving me fucking socks. And I have enough socks, uncle.
Put a lock in that sock. But
oh, it's all full circle.
Gotta find a way to leave that in.
Yeah, now you can't cut it or it makes no sense.
Yeah, so he eats the humans and he washes it down with raw milk.
Yeah.
The Liver King would appreciate that.
Fuck yeah. And then he got E. coli and he shit himself.
And Odysseus, that was hard for him to watch. He just... He's steaming mad at having to watch.
There's going to be a theme. That was real difficult for him to watch. His men just getting slaughtered for his stupid fucking decisions.
Yeah, that was real hard for him to watch. He's like, oh, no. Oh, you don't do that to my men. My men? I would die for these men. I mean, not the men who I left on the shore.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
And not the men I got killed in Troy. But these men. These are the ones I chose to hang out with today. They were the most tolerable of my men. Now I'm just left with the idiots who are only good for rowing. So he's like, okay. We're going to have to figure a way out of this. We're going to have to, but he's got to move that boulder. I thought about stabbing him right then and there. Mano a mano. Fair fight. I was going to just beat the shit out of him.
And we didn't have any wood with which to build another wooden horse, so...
They have some wood, as we will find out. But Odysseus thinks with his brain. He's the smartest guy in Greece.
Yeah.
And he's like, if I kill him here, no one's going to be able to move that rock.
And then we'll just have to live off of gigantic sheep and gigantic sheep milk for the rest of our days.
Here was the plan that Odysseus comes up with. The guy, he gets up in the morning. He's like, oh, you're still here. Ha ha ha. Of course you are. I'm going to eat you tonight. And he opens the door and closes it behind him. So they can't get out.
Move.
Now Odysseus is cooking. Okay, he's thinking. And he's like, this guy, he has what amounts to like a full-sized tree that he uses as a club. And Odysseus is like, we're going to take this tree. We're going to sharpen it into a fine point. We're going to harden that point in the fire. And then when this guy comes back, I'm going to get him real drunk on this fortified wine I brought. And when he eventually passes out from that fortified wine I brought, we're going to stab him in the eye.
That's where George R. R. Martin got it, to feed Robert Baratheon a bunch of fortified wine.
I think there have been many historical examples of getting somebody drunk and fucking them over.
But with specifically fortified wine. So you're like, you don't realize that this isn't regular wine. This is like the extra hard stuff. Like you're thinking you're drinking normal wine and then you're already wasted after 2 glasses.
I know this is set like 1,000 years before any of my Germanic stuff, but like everyone, even the Cyclops, is living a way, way higher, like living to a much higher standard than anyone in Viking society.
Well, that's what happens when you live in the pleasant, like sunlit, idyllic islands of Greece instead of like the cold, windswept, icy.
I do like how everybody has like this really nice place to live with all these organized workstations and stuff. And it's not just like a 1-room hut made of mud and shit. Like actual shit used to glue the mud together. I mean, that's what they did. Like in Iceland, they don't have wood. They didn't even build like wooden huts. They took mud
How'd they get
and
ships?
grass. They came from Norway. Every ship that was in Iceland was from Norway, and owning a ship was a big fucking deal. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about mixing up a big old batch of fortified wine for this dude. And he's like, hey, I'm going to, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Polyphemus, I think is his name. Mr. Polyphemus. I think, you ate my boys, and that made me kind of angry. So what if we reset this? Okay, I'm going to offer you some of this fortified wine, and you're going to be like, you know what? Maybe I should let these guys go. This wine's really good. Trust me.
It's Polyphemus, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, go on.
It's Demeter,
yeah,
by the way.
That's okay. I figured it out. I had to look at her name again. I thought it was Diameter, but it's Demeter. It's cool. Anyway.
Polyphemus. There you go. Or Polyphemus. Polyphemus is how I'm going to say it. So he's like, Polyphemus, try this wine. He's like, okay, I'll try your wine. Yeah, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. And he tries the wine. He's like, another. And I mix him up another wine. This is going great. And I give him another, and he's drinking all this wine, and then eventually passes the fuck out.
I think first he says that he is nobody. It's important.
That is important.
And also, Polyphemus is like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to eat you last.
Well, he's like, this is your gift. This is your guest gift. I eat you last.
Yeah, so now Zeus can't be mad.
Yeah, so now Zeus can't be mad, but Poseidon can be a little mad. So he's like, you got to give me the guest gift you promised. And then he tells him his name is nobody. That's when that happens. So then he passes out. Then they take their big old sharpened tree and they shove it into his eye. And he's freaking out. And as you do, he's freaking out because
he's a big baby.
He just got a
I've got two eyes, idiot. One of them, I lose one. I still have one.
And he's screaming like a madman. And they hear some shouts from the other islands nearby, and they're like, Polyphemus, shut up. And he's like, somebody, he's like, my eye got fucked up. And they're like, well, who fucked up your eye? And he's like, nobody fucked up my eye. And they're like, well, then shut up. And they go back to bed. And he's mad now. He realizes that was probably not that guy's real name. And
he got me. God damn it.
And he's like, fine, I got a plan. I got to let the sheep out tomorrow. And then the giants do tell him to pray to his father, the Lord Poseidon, which Odysseus did not know when he stabbed him in the eye, but should know now.
Yeah.
He should know now that his father is Poseidon. And so they're like, he's like, okay, I'm going to open the door to let the sheep out. And then I'm going to grab everything that moves through this door and see if it's a sheep or if it's an Achaean. And if it's an Achaean, I'm going to eat him. And Odysseus is like, don't worry, boys. Well, remaining boys. I thought of that. All we need to do now is tie ourselves to sheep. Every guy get under a sheep, grab on from underneath.
What the fuck is
you gotta grab on from underneath, because if you grab on from on top, he's gonna feel you. Okay, that's just stupid. So you gotta grab on from underneath. I'm gonna tie two sheep together.
What the fuck is this wooden thing? Is this a horse? Is this a wooden horse?
Is this a horse?
Get this out of here.
So they grab on the other side of sheep, and the guy grabs the sheep, and all he feels is sheep. He doesn't feel the succulent Greek man underneath. And
why?
Why what? Why are they delicious? I don't know. They escape and they get back to their boat.
And then what happens? They sail away and they're happy. Odysseus is after?
So Odysseus is like, grab all the sheep you can grab. Fuck this guy. We are here to raid now. So this would be my move if I were Odysseus. Grab every sheep you can, kill every sheep you can.
And then salt the earth. Fuck him. Fuck this guy.
Fuck him. And I'm going to need you guys to start rowing real fast. And then they start rowing. And the Cyclops, he shouts out like, "Oh, you're going to run away? You're going to run away? Is that what you're going to do, you coward? I bet you're not even good at sports. I bet you can't even box or wrestle. I bet you're afraid to be nude around other men." And Odysseus is like, "No one talks to me like that. You know what? I'm going to kill this guy even harder. I'm so mad." And so I start yelling at him, right? I'm like, "Why don't you come over here and say that to my face?" And then he tosses a giant boulder the size of a mountain at our ship. And it lands and creates massive waves with the displacement of the water. And I shout, "Ha! Missed me. Are you having a little trouble seeing me? Oh, that's right. I took out your only eye. You only have one eye." My men are sitting there trying to tell me to like shut the fuck up and trying to bodily restrain me. But I'm strong. I'm strong and I'm covered in oil because I get oiled regularly. So I'm slippery and they can't get me. And I keep yelling. I keep saying, "You know what? You know what?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, nobody, the fucking coward nobody." And I'm like, oh, yeah, the fucking coward nobody. Well, what if I tell you my name, address, and social security number? And he does that. He's like, "I'm Odysseus. I live at 123. I'm the king Ithaca. And I took out your fucking eye." And you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care if Poseidon's your dad. It ain't never growing back. So nobody's going to heal you. You're going to be blind forever. I killed all your sheep. Odysseus out. And then he throws another rock at me. And this one almost got me. And then I did sort of sit down and was like, okay, we can row away now. And that's the first of my many stories, guys. I'm saying all this at a feast to the Phaeacians. And the Phaeacians are just like, whoa. Are you taking notes? Oh, they're right. Every poet's blind. Remember this. We're going to want a song about this later. Remember this. Now, how many more stories are there to go?
Aeolus, Aeolus, the Lord of the Winds, and also incest. They feast for a month.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
him. I mean, I can just summarize it real quick. They feast for a month, and he gives them a bag of winds. He's trapped all the winds except...
Oh, I forgot about the winds.
Except for a gentle westerly wind that will take you directly to Ithaca. Don't, under any circumstances, let me get the... Don't fucking open this bag, do you understand? You don't fucking open this bag until after you are in Ithaca, okay? I can't stress this enough. If you open the bag, you are fucked. And so they get to within, like, they can see Ithaca on the horizon. And Odysseus, he's been awake this entire time, and he's like, I'm fucking tired. Now is a great time. You know what? We're like 9/10 of the way there. The tortoise and the hare, that doesn't exist in Greek society, so I think napping right before the finish line, Solid idea.
Isn't that literally from Greek society?
It might be, Ben. I don't actually know.
Isn't that Aesop's Fables?
I don't know, Ben. Well, if it is, then he's double stupid. And the men are like, man.
I think he ran out of Athenian nose sugar.
There you go. Maybe that's what it was, because he collapses into a deep sleep, and his men are like, man, Odysseus didn't let us hang out on that island of lotus eaters, and now we don't get any treasure. Like, I mean, we got treasure. I mean, we did a whole lot of raiding and pillaging, but, like, look at this bag that he's got. This bag is gigantic. I bet it's loaded with treasure. He's not even going to split it with us. You know what? He never told us about this bag for some reason, so I think we open it. And they do. And they get blown all over the place. They lose sight of Ithaca. They end up right back at Aeolus' island. And they're like, okay, maybe we can ask him for a do-over. Like, try again. And he tells them to fuck off because he correctly deduces that the gods do not like him.
Can I ask you, though, what the hell was he supposed to do with that bag of wind anyway?
Just keep it. Don't open it.
Just keep
all
it?
The bad winds are in that bag. So the only wind... Yeah, because only you can know when you're going to get to Ithaca to open it, You're supposed to open it when you're done. Open it when you're done.
I don't want a bag of wind. What? Give me a Starbucks gift card.
No, fuck you. It's my gift card.
Give me the spoon.
The wind is.
I don't want a bag of wind
so that you don't have to get any of the bad wind. All that wind is trapped. You only get the good wind out here.
Why do I have to take it with me?
Because I don't know how long it's going to take you to get to Ithaca.
Oh, because then you get back to Ithaca and then you got to let the bad wind back out because we need
exactly. Yeah, you get that westerly wind. It's going to take you directly to Ithaca. None of the other wind. The wind will never change. It'll always be in that direction. You're good. And then when you're done, you let it all out and you're good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know what? You're making a lot of sense. I'm not, just between you and me, though, don't tell any of my crew about this wind thing because, frankly, they suck.
Deal. And I hate all of them.
You have to talk to them. I'm not going to talk to them. You're not going to talk to them. Fuck them. Oh, yeah. And then he winds up at the island of cannibals.
The Lystragonians, I think. Lystragonians?
The Lystragonians. Yeah. Lystragonians.
Which in my book is very much condensed. It was almost like just a rehashing of the Cyclops, except all these guys have 2 eyes instead of 1.
Yeah. There's really not a lot to it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me.
They wind up...
But it was a way...
Yeah, they wind up...
It was a way to get Odysseus from 12 ships down to 1. Also, these are also Poseidon's sons. Poseidon has a thing for birthing giant, weird-looking sons that eat people. It's his thing.
Yep. And then they finally reach the hardest to pronounce of the islands, the Aeaean island.
Is this with Circe?
This is with Circe. And Circe has a strange menagerie of dancing animals surrounding her. Wolves guard her palace. Sheep and pigs run about, scampering to and fro. And all the while she weaves enchanting webs. And Odysseus sends some boys out to...
he always does this.
See what she's up to. Yeah. Well, look, the last time I went out, I think I was out there for the cannibals. I saw a lot of good men get eaten on the Lystragonian shores, and I saw a lot of good men get eaten in the Cyclops cave. So I'm not going to go this time. I don't want to see anybody get eaten.
Fair.
You're going to go.
Oh, shit.
So he sends a dude out. I forget the dude's name. You're a locus?
Yes, that is correct. EURYLOCHUS.
He sends Eurylochus out with a group of dudes, and they come up to the house, and Eurylochus is like, I don't think we should go in there, guys. I think these animals are not acting like animals should act. I think what we have here is witchcraft. And I think we should head back and leave and just continue sailing for Ithaca. I don't know why we keep stopping at these islands.
The last time we stopped, we lost 11 ships and like almost all of our crew.
Do you think maybe the gods are punishing us for killing all those innocent Trojans?
No, it's for the freak with the fucking one eye. You remember when Odysseus wouldn't shut the fuck up and he kept yelling at that guy, and then he started praying to Poseidon, and yeah, that was a big whoopsie.
The boys ignore him and they go in, and Circe's like, "Oh, that's so awesome! I'm so glad to see you guys here. Why don't you have a seat, and why don't you drink some of this obviously not poisoned wine?"
Well, she did say it was obviously not poisoned, so I guess it can't be.
Oh, joke's on you. That wine was filled with pig poison. You're pigs now.
Damn it.
And they turn into pigs. And she's like, off to the little pig sty with you, pigs. That's what you are now. And Eurymachus comes... Eurymachus, what am I doing?
Eurylochus.
Eurylochus comes back to the ships and he's like, I saw the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life and we need to go. And Odysseus is like, slow down, man. What did you see? I saw men turned into pigs. And if we stay here, we're going to get turned into various barnyard animals. And Odysseus is like, I'm going to go have a word with her. I don't like what she's doing, and I'm going to speak to her manager and voice a complaint about the way we have been treated here. And suit up, boys. You're coming with me. And they're less excited about going with him this time. He's like, fine, I'll go myself. And he goes, and I think Athena, she was busy this time. So she sends Hermes out. And
she was busy concocting a plan with a llama, a camel, and just a whole bunch of wine and coke. And it was a brilliant plan, but she was over in Africa, North Africa, doing that. So
I feel like Athena is collapsed. Just nose covered in white powder, empty wine goblets like poured out, just on a desk with like a board with like red string going to and fro. Hermes is like, "Hey, Odysseus is in you know what? I'll take care of this one." And Hermes comes down and he's like, "Odysseus, this is an herb. It's a magic herb. Okay. If you were to pick this herb, you would die. But because I have already picked it, it's cool. You could touch it. What you're going to want to do before you go into Circe's lair, you're going to want to eat this herb. And this herb is a counterspell to whatever spell she's going to try to put on you. And then right when she thinks she has you, I want you to pull your sword out, throw her up against the wall, and threaten to kill her if she doesn't change everybody back right now. And also make her swear, because after you let her go, she's probably going to turn around and try to kill you. Make her swear an oath that she can't ever try to hurt you again." And he's like, "That's a really smart plan. Not as many moving pieces as I'm used to from Athena. A lot more straightforward. Just beat her up,
threaten someone's life, and it's the perfect
threaten to kill her and take her stuff.
Dr. Yue for breaking that conditioning, Ben.
Yeah. So he does that. He takes the herb and she tries to poison him. And right when the poison's about to react, he just throws the table, slams her up against the wall, draws his sword, and she's like weirdly into it. Like, it's kind of a Sarah J. Maas thing. She's like, oh, and then what are you going to do to me? And,
I mean, I wasn't thinking of anything, but
he's just like, yeah, it's just, I was going to go back to my ship and leave. And she's like, no. You're not going anywhere, big boy. I'm going to oil you up and ride you like a stallion. So, she turns the men back into men. She depigifies everybody, and she and Odysseus enter into some casual banging for a year.
For a year?
A year. He gets distracted. He gets distracted.
My version did not say they were there for a full year, and for some reason just left the whole banging part out. That's
Yeah, no, they were there for a year. Nate, I'm worried this is gonna be
I'm a little worried about that too.
A lot of stuff.
I can yada yada the next few stops if you want.
No, you can't yada yada the underworld.
No, I'm not gonna do. But there is a guy who falls off a roof named, I'm gonna call him El Pinor.
We gotta talk about the guy. We gotta talk about the guy who falls off the roof.
That's what I'm gonna call him.
He's a crucial.
I know.
Elpenor, the man who fell off the roof.
And then he'll show up later.
He's
that's called foreshadowing.
He's an integral part of the story.
Now they don't meet any of the other people who died. Like, hey, remember when I could have just been eating
Nor
Lotus?
do they name them.
I was in a fucking Cyclops cave with you, and I got fucking.
The only guy Odysseus has a funeral for is the dumbass who got drunk and fell off the roof.
Honestly, if I had to pick a way to go out of all his men, I'd go with drunk and falling off a roof.
I don't know how instant that was.
If you're drunk enough, you won't even notice.
I don't know about that. I think this is 4 parts, Nate.
God damn it. All right. Do we want to pick up with the underworld next time?
I think we have to, because we're already at 2 hours.
Yeah. So
even if you yada yada it, we're still at 2 hours.
All right. So yeah, let's do that. I'll edit the next 2. I'll let you edit this one.
Okay. Yeah. So as it turns out, the Odyssey is it's a process. You know, there's a lot going on here. This is a big story. Do people know this? Is that why they call it an epic? All right. Well, I think this is going to have to be 4 parts because we're simply out of time. So with that, I guess we have to thank the patrons. I really hope you're liking this series because it's going to be here for a while. I'm going to say this is the first time I think since Dune we've done a 4-parter.
Yes. And that was in season 1.
And I definitely think if anything deserved a 4-parter, it would be the Odyssey and not Dune. So I'm going to let it have this. Because Tolkien is obviously like a 90-some parter. So the Odyssey can get 4. Okay. So we're going to thank our patrons. I'm going to thank Jamie, the gravy man of the If You Want the Gravy blog. He informs me he knows somebody who has a classics major with a focus in Greek literature. They should probably be doing this podcast, but unfortunately you got us. So
so that one's on you.
Yeah,
you should have thought about that.
You should do a podcast with your friend. There's clearly a demand. Then, of course, we have John Bierce, author of The Rack, The Mage Errant, and More Gods Than Stars. John knows a lot more about Greek myth than I do. Maybe our patrons are just a list of people who are more qualified to do what we're doing than we are.
And yet, we're the one with the podcast, so you mean like it's kind of on that, right?
That's because editing is tedious, and They know that. We also have Spooky Shash with a Y over on TikTok and the Words About Occult Books podcast. I promise I will edit that next. I have so much editing to do. And then I'm Isekai Sensei Sama of the That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster podcast. is the underworld an isekai?
Got Jacob Lansky doing whatever the fuck he wants, motherfucker, including apparently requesting more of the Pendragon series. Ben, I saw that comment.
Like, if you look, I spent a lot of money on my fucking car this month, so if it keeps you subscribed, then yeah.
If it keeps you subscribed, we will do more Pendragon.
Pendragon.
Oh my god! All right, I'll.
Want me to dance?
That.
You want to give me $10 to dance? I'll dance for $10.